I always feel guilty when people know my name and I don't remember their name.
I always struggled when I would meet somebody and I'd turn around 2 seconds later and I couldn't remember what their name was to introduce them to somebody else, and I was completely embarrassed by that. And when I realized that I was struggling with that, I realized that my team was probably struggling with the same thing.
You meet somebody and they introduce themselves and you get right off to talking about something else, and your mind gets distracted, and then a minute later you go, what was their name, you know?
And turn around, I'll be like, what the heck was his name? Because you just don't register it.
Let's see, what's the fellow's name? I met him down before, I met him 10 minutes ago, what is his name now?
It makes a difference from the impact that it makes in your relationships with the people that we're working with. We're really in a relationship business.
So being able to brighten somebody's day, create that intimate relationship instantly by knowing their name, not only right there during that moment, but every time you see them in the future, is going to create credibility for you. It's going to push your business forward. It's going to push your relationship forward.
When you are out there working hard, prospecting for new clients and good prospects, any edge you might have, and then especially if it's just remembering someone's name from a week ago, a month ago, might be that one little piece that gets you over the top in a very, very already competitive environment for us.
It has been such a comfort in my business to have clients come in that before I didn't have a clue what their name was. I knew them, but I didn't know their name. And they come in now and I've got it. Why didn't I have this 20 years ago?
I've had numerous people I've met over the course of the last 3 to 4 months that I've met them, haven't seen them for a period of time, and go back to them and say, hey, Kathleen, how you doing? And they're flabbergasted that I remember their name. But it's due to the techniques that you've taught in the class that have allowed me to do that.
With your system to really be able to draw on that information, that technique, and pull out the right name at the right time is pretty powerful.
It's been my experience in business and in life that being able to remember somebody's name, recall it instantly, convey that relatability and that intimacy with someone, not only right then and there when you're meeting with them, but every time you see them in the future. There's no sweeter sound than our own name. So being in a situation where, having taken this training, I don't ever forget anybody's name, not the day that I meet them and not the next time I see them at the grocery store, has done wonderful things for my business. In this competitive market, it's important to have every tool in your toolbox to push your business to the next level. So by taking this training, having those tools, being able to use them not only today, but for the rest of your life is incredibly powerful.
You know, I have the good fortune, I'm blessed to have the opportunity to have worked with the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Phoenix Coyotes over the last 12 to 14 years. And you know, in working with the team and being at the ballpark, I'm introduced to a lot of different people, and from security people to coaches and new players all the time. It's almost a revolving door sometimes, you know, with new athletes coming in or someone coming in from the minor league system. And it's really nice to be able to use a system like this, to be able to remember people's names. It makes them feel important, you know, the person at the door, the person at the clubhouse, that you don't see all the time, but then when you remember their name, it makes them feel really good.
In my business at State Farm, I've learned many tricks, many things, good marketing techniques, all of the things that go with a business. But that which is the most critical and the most important are the relationships that you have with your clients. And if you can remember their name, that's 90% of it. And having gone for most of my career not remembering those and now having that grasp, home run, absolutely home run.
I figured I really needed to change and up my skill level because I felt like I needed an edge in the marketplace, and I started benefiting by this immediately. I was able to recognize somebody, remember their name a week later, 6 months later, and I could tell that it really affected somebody when they saw me coming, and I could shake their hand, look them right in the eye, never look at their name tag, and call them right by their first names. And it's just grown my business by leaps and bounds.
In business, when you remember 15 names in one room and you can go back and talk to all 15, it's going to help you in business or in a social life, either way.
They really appreciate it, and they know deep down you actually remember them and you have their best interest in mind.
I think it's good for relationship building. It's good for building rapport with people.
It's absolutely incredible for building those relationships and cementing those relationships.
And people really feel like they're important to you when you remember their name.
This is phenomenal. I highly recommend it. Get yourself, get your team this type of training. You will not be sorry, and it will benefit you tenfold.